To start at the end, the UN and the EU are powerless to do anything. Trump is a force unto himself. He has this huge military and he's using it as he likes. In terms of her comments, you'll notice she specifically mentioned the UN Charter. And that is a rebuke. I mean, that's no, it's a very clear criticism that you can't do this. This is illegal. But again, the language she used is very muted, because when Russia did this, invaded Ukraine and violated its sovereignty, a ton of sanctions came down on Russia immediately, led by von der Leyen. And the idea that von der Leyen is now going to sanction the states for doing exactly what Putin is just not going to happen, because the EU is very interested in trying to maintain what's left of their relationship with the states, which is very little. Also, again, look at the word she used for Maduro. She talked about captured, but there's no jurisdiction. The states has no jurisdiction in Venezuela, and whatever his faults are, and they are many, including the questionable legitimacy, the states has no authority to go and arrest someone and put them on trial in Venezuela. It's a sovereign country. This is down to the people. Mm-hmm. And again, she's talking about a democratic transition, so elections. But Trump, again, explicitly said in his comments already today that they're not going to let that happen. They're not going to allow free and open elections, because Trump was saying we have to oversee this, and implicitly said we have to put in someone there we like. So the whole thing runs against everything that the European project of values, rule-based international order, democracy stands for. And yet the EU is weak in so much as that they can't openly criticize Trump. And even in her statement, which is quite clearly, if you read between the lines, a very strong rebuke of what America's done, the EU won't do and can't do anything about it, nor can the UN. The Americans would just simply ignore it. So the rules count for my enemies, but they don't count for me or my friends. That's what we're seeing.
Mr. Aris, just before I let you go, there's a reaction from the United Nations, and this is a spokesperson for the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, who has released a statement expressing deep alarm about the escalation in Venezuela, including potential breaches of international law. The latest U.S. attacks on Venezuela carry potential warring implications for the region, and this according to Stefan Dujarric, who says, independently of the situation in Venezuela, these developments constitute too dangerous precedent. I want your quick reaction on the United Nations statement, but before that, we also have the opposition leader from Venezuela, Maria Corina Machado, who's just tweeted and said, Venezuelans, the hour of freedom has arrived. Very quickly.
So the UN can't do anything. Best they can do is to have a resolution to condemn the attack, as they did in Russia's case, and the US, being a member of the Security Council, will just simply veto that. So it'll be a protest, a rebuke, and nothing more. I mean, as for Machado, she won the Nobel Peace Prize. She's widely seen as an American asset. She said in interview openly that she's going to throw the company open. She said explicitly that American companies are going to, quote unquote, make a lot of money in Venezuela by exploiting the oil. And she's very likely to be one of the candidates, if not the candidate, that the Trump administration is going to push. And she's been prepared by getting that Nobel Peace Prize again with the backing of the states. And so I don't know, I think she's looking forward to what comes next. There's been regime change, and a new quote-unquote puppet will be put in, and a US-friendly president that will open the doors to business. And it's not just oil, it's also Venezuela is home to a lot of critical and rare earth metals, minerals, and the US is interested in that. So now we have to wait for the so-called elections to come up.
All right, Mr. Ben Aris, it's good to see you. We'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much for your time and for talking to us today. Let's just wait for what the U.S. President Donald Trump is about to tell the world in 30 minutes from now. Thank you.
My pleasure.